Tottenham Hotspur's season is unraveling at a speed few could have predicted. What began as a promising campaign under Ange Postecoglou has rapidly turned into a nightmare. Their latest setback is a chaotic 4-3 defeat to Chelsea that has thrown the club into even deeper turmoil. Fans once filled with hope are now questioning whether Postecoglou is still the right man to lead the team. Spurs sit mid-table, far from where they expected to be, with injuries, tactical misfires, and inconsistent performances leaving them exposed. But is Postecoglou really the problem, or does Tottenham's crisis run far deeper? Let's break it all down. Now, it's hard to overstate just how quickly things have fallen apart for Spurs. Their emphatic 4-0 win over Man City in late November felt like a statement, a turning point that suggested Spurs could compete at the highest level. Even though City weren't that good at the time, it was still a credible 4-0 victory away in the Etihad Stadium. But since then, their form has absolutely collapsed. Tottenham have taken just 2 points from their last 4 league games, including that crushing 4-3 defeat to Chelsea, where defensive errors and lapses in concentration once again proved costly. In total, Spurs have managed just 20 points from their first 15 Premier League games, fewer wins than losses. Their current form isn't just a dip, it's a sustained decline. But here it gets even more shocking. If you stretch back to last season, Tottenham have earned only 26 points from their last 22 league matches, a run that would translate to a dismal 53-point season. That would rank among their worst Premier League campaigns since 2008-09, a stark reality for a club that began this season full of ambition. The Chelsea defeat felt somewhat symbolic. Cole Palmer's audacious Panenka penalty was a moment of brilliance that exposed Spurs' lack of composure under pressure. Defensive injuries to Micky van der Ven and Cristian Romero have left their backline in tatters, but even before their absences, Spurs struggled to maintain defensive structure. They've repeatedly failed to manage games, especially against top opponents in the league. And the numbers don't lie. Postecoglou has earned just 60 points from his first 43 Premier League games, a record that raises serious concerns about their long-term trajectory. Now, given these results, it's only fair to ask yourself one question. Is Postecoglou to blame? His attacking philosophy promised an exciting, high-energy style, and at times, well, Spurs have delivered exactly that. Convincing wins over Aston Villa and Manchester City showcase the system at its best. Fast, relentless, and dangerous in attack. But football is about consistency, and Tottenham have been anything but. Postecoglou's high-risk style can be thrilling, but it leaves Spurs vulnerable to counterattacks and defensive mistakes, making them unpredictable in the worst way. I don't think anyone can disagree that this high line for life isn't working. Yes, it works against certain teams, and in certain games it looks amazing. Look at the 4-0 win over against Man City. But then in other games you look at it, and there's been so many times where Postecoglou and his high line for life philosophy has lost Spurs countless amount of points. 2-0 up at home against Chelsea, yes, you want to keep applying the pressure, but surely there's a point where maybe you say, let's sit back a bit, let's regain composure, and maybe we come out in the second half the same way we came out in the first half. But no, what happened is they kept pressing high, and eventually saw themselves at the back end of a 4-3 defeat at home in an embarrassing fashion. But now, to Postecoglou's credit, there's also the reality of Tottenham's managerial history. Even world-class managers like Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, well, they couldn't turn the club into consistent winners. Cristian Romero recently voiced frustration, blaming the club's hierarchy for a lack of investment and clear direction. He's played under 5 different managers since joining Spurs in 2021, which is a glaring sign of instability that goes beyond the dugout. They can't just keep sacking a manager and hoping the next one works out. Yes, Tottenham may need better players, but their deeper structural problems remain the biggest obstacle to their long-term success. Without a clear recruitment strategy and serious investments, even the best tactical minds will struggle to deliver consistent results. No one can deny that. Postecoglou's job apparently is safe for now. Reports suggest that Spurs hierarchy still supports him and plans to invest heavily in January, which is a good sign. But now, how long will that support last if results continue to decline? The Chelsea defeat again felt like a turning point, exposing familiar flaws, which is defensive errors, tactical tactical stubbornness from Postecoglou that does definitely need to change, and a lack of adaptability when things go wrong. So where does this leave Spurs? Well, the next match against Southampton in the league already feels like a defining moment. Win and they might start finding some stability before the January transfer window opens, but lose and then the pressure on Postecoglou could become unbearable, with speculation over his future only intensifying. Spurs' season has reached a crucial juncture, and every game from now on carries enormous stakes for Postecoglou. At this point, Spurs aren't just battling opponents, they're fighting against years of mismanagement, broken promises, and mounting fan frustration. Postecoglou may be the latest manager in the firing line, but Tottenham's problems run far deeper than one man. Until the club addresses its structural flaws, this cycle of hope and disappointment will just continue. The future of Tottenham Hotspur hangs in a balance, and time is running out to turn things around.